Welcome to GBALL Vision, everyone. I hope you are having a fantastic day today. We are talking about some very impressive knives that have come out very recently that if you have not picked up yet or checked out or looked at, I highly recommend doing so. And we are going to kick this video off with the Civivi Vision FG. This is a newer release from Civivi, and this is one of the highest rated or highest ranked knives that have come out as of late. That if you have not taken a look at these or not picked one of these up yet and you are thinking about it, skeptical of it, I highly recommend picking one of these up and checking it out because it is an absolute dream of an EDC, just a folding knife in general. And then that super lock, the Sneck super lock, makes this just an incredibly unique knife. There's not many knives that have a spine mounted lock, and if you're interested in the three different knives or three different knives that have spine mounted locks, I will link a video up in a card and you can go check that out after this video is over. But for around 80 bucks, and that's without a code at White Mountain Knives, you can use GBALL 10, get 10% off. Without a code, these come in around 80 bucks pretty much everywhere across the board. And for that, you're getting a Nitro V coated blade. Some are uncoated. You're getting this awesome modified sheep split style blade. Very reminiscent of, it kind of reminds me of a kitchen knife that's been crossed over with a folding pocket knife, just because of, when you have this in your hand, the blade is naturally pointing down and your blade is already down. So that just makes that kind of cutting very easy. And then, of course, any other type of cut that you would like to do, you're going to be able to do very well with this style of blade. You still have a point. You have a nice long edge that's very neutral. You do have a little bit of belly there, but I think this is a phenomenal blade shape. It comes down nice and thin. You have dual thumb studs for deployment. They both work very well. You can slow roll it out, flick it out, whatever your little heart desires, you can do. You can even use the super lock to flick it out. Very fidgety if that's something that you are interested in. They come in micarta like you see here, G10, couple of different flavors as of right now, and I'm willing to bet there are more that are coming. You can change it out to a milled clip from the standard steel rollover clip if you would like. If you go to White Mountain Knives and they're in stock, you can save some money and then turn around and put it into a titanium clip. I think it looks way better and it's just as functional. The Civivi Vision FG is my highest rated knife right now to go pick up. Let's get to the next one. This next one is definitely a crowd favorite, but not everyone everywhere has seen this knife. The Miguron Moyarl, this comes in at $50 or under $50. And guys, for anyone who has not seen this knife or really taken a second look at this knife, it is an exceptional executed pocket knife. It is so well done coming from Miguron. On this particular version, you're getting a PVD coated 14C 28N. This is a flat grind on this nice drop point blade. Very useful blade shape. You kind of have a key-shaped hole or teardrop style hole there for deployment, and it is buttery smooth on the action department. Nice fall shut action. Flies out with authority. You have a nice white G10 backspacer, white G10 handles, and these come in a variety of flavors. This is definitely my favorite one though. Blacked out hardware. And no, this is not an aftermarket titanium pocket clip. This is how they come, and that is absolutely incredible considering this is under 50 bucks. If you consider these are like 10, 12 bucks, the knife is probably like 40 bucks. So that is incredible that they are giving you a titanium clip, backspacer, nice thick liners. You feel like you have a knife in your hand and it has some girth and some weight to it, which is nice. Full choke up spot, just like the Vision. Absolutely incredible. If you have not checked out the Miguron Moyarl, they are back in stock now and highly, highly recommendable. Let's get to the next one. This next one, I believe, has flown under the radar. I don't know exactly why or how. I don't know if it's just because it's such a simplistic design, but you could say that about almost every single knife out there. And a lot of people love button locks. They are a huge hit across the knife community, across the knife world. Button locks are a huge, huge thing. The Artisan Cutlery Andromeda is a diamond in the rough. This is a hidden gem. If you have not taken a look at this knife, I highly, highly recommend doing so. You can get an Artisan Cutlery branded knife for under $60. I think I got this right around 50 bucks, and that is insane. You're still getting RPM 9 on the blade steel. Nice drop point blade. You have a swedge here, dual thumb studs for deployment. Nice thin slicey blade. You do have like a tumbled stonewash satin looking finish there, and then you do have blacked out hardware with a satin button. I think it looks very clean, very well done. The button kind of matches the blade, and then everything else is blacked out. Open construction. You do have some standoffs with a little lanyard pull there. This thing has incredibly good action. It flies out of there. For such a thin, slicey, lightweight blade, this thing rockets out of there. The spring detent is phenomenal. And then, of course, as soon as you hit that button, that bad boy is going home. I love this thing. You have a nice deep carry rollover clip there. It's going to be reversible for our lefty buddies out there. I think this is an exceptional knife. It'd make a perfect EDC knife, gentleman style knife. You could use this in the kitchen in a sense as like a steak knife, or, you know, if you go out to eat, this would be a perfect little steak knife. I think this covers a lot of bases, and if you have not checked this one out, I highly recommend doing so. The Artisan Cutlery Andromeda, right around 50 to 60 bucks, is an exceptional button lock, especially if you like this design. Highly recommend going and picking it up. Ray Laconico, this is definitely a banger. It's been a minute since I raved about this knife, so I'm going to bring it out. The CJRB Riff. It's a fairly newer offering from CJRB. And guys, if you like button locks and you like a nice stout detent and you want that in a button lock, I highly, highly recommend this knife. And mine is not just a 1 out of 10 type of deal. There are lots and lots of people who have also told me their Riff came with an exceptional spring detent. If you are not paying attention, you can fail this knife by missing, because it's such a stout spring detent that if you are not paying attention, you can slide right off this thing. The fuller works exceptionally well for the thumb and reverse flick. The flipper tab works amazing. I wish it had a little bit of jimping on it. I do. It's fine that it doesn't have it. It still works. I don't think I've ever actually missed on the flipper tab. There is no jimping, but the way it's designed, you're going to get it pretty much 99% of the time. It would have been nice to have some jimping on there, but at the price point, kind of hard to be mad about it. You do have a two-way reversible clip, deep carry, steel rollover. You can put a Savivi milled clip or CJRB's clip on there. Lanyard hole, nice micarta handles. They do have G10 offerings as well. Different coated blades, I think. And you have a tumbled blade here in the RPM 9. I think this is an exceptional knife. I love this blade shape with that thick, deep fuller. Open construction, couple standoffs in there. And this comes in right around that $50 to $60 mark as well. I love this thing and I highly recommend it. So now we're going to move on to, this is a little bit more expensive, not by much. I think it comes in around 80 to 90 bucks, but guys, the Kizer Bugai is an exceptional knife. I love this thing. I love the size that it is. If the handle was a touch bigger, I would just, I'm already goo-goo over this knife. It's very well done. I absolutely love it. You have a 154 cm stonewashed satin tumbled style drop point blade with a massive belly on it that has a swedge going to the tip. Exceptional. It makes that tip nice and strong. And then you have a nice straight edge here, some belly, the tip. Very useful blade shape. Yeah, you might have to be a little higher to use that tip, but that's never bothered me. It doesn't bother me one bit. You do have this bullet shaped hole and a fuller for your deployment options. Typical Kizer action. Nice stout detent. Drop shut, no problem. Thumb and reverse flick off the fuller or the hole works very well. Kizer's beautiful green micarta. Open construction with 2 standoffs. You do have a deep carry steel rollover clip that will be reversible. Insane amount of access to that liner. The only spot where Kizer missed on this thing was not putting a chamfer on the liner. Does it need it? No. Would it be better with it? Yes, and that's what I'm sticking to. I wish they would have chamfered that, and this would be just, it's the little things that when you have a great knife, it's the little things like a chamfer here or, just those small things that make it go from great to in the best category. And this is close for sure, but it's them little details that really matter to me. I still love this knife, and the chamfer is definitely not a reason to go pick up this knife. You do have jimping here, so exceptional design. I love that blade shape. Nice and unique blade shape, in my opinion. You don't see quite this style of drop point very often, especially with a swedge going to the tip like that. The Kizer Bugai is high up on my newer knives list to check out. Definitely go take a look. Next up, we have an older but newer knife, the Civivi Sokoke. This is still one of my highest rated knives that has come out in 2023. Another Ray Laconico design, and he is a phenomenal designer. This bad boy has a PVD coated drop point blade in 14C 28N, and I have really used this thing. It does an exceptional job as an EDC knife, a work knife, whatever you pretty much need this thing to be. It will excel at. If you just want an EDC knife that you can fidget with, it does that very well as well. You got 2 thumb studs and a front flipper that works exceptionally well. You have some canvas micarta handles and back spacer. Very ergonomic, very aesthetically pleasing. You can really tell it's a Laconico design. You have a deep carry steel rollover clip that will be reversible for our lefty buddies out there. Great lockup, great access to the liner, some nice jimping on this guy. And it comes in around like $60. It is insanely hard to beat something this good for that price. Savivi is really knocking it out of the park this year, and so is Kizer, so is CJRB. They're all doing a very fine job, in my opinion, and you would be happy to pick up any one of these knives. Highly recommend taking a look at these. If you need a new knife, if you are getting into knives and you're looking at some more budget, more affordable oriented offerings, any one of these would be an exceptional choice, and I stand behind every one of these. I have used and abused them, carried them. The Vision, not quite so much, as far as use goes, but I have been using it. I actually dropped it on some concrete the other day, chipped the micarta. I was very pissed, but it happens. At least I'm the one who did it. Give me a thumbs up, guys, and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think of these 6 knives. Do you have any of these? Are you looking at picking up any of these knives? Leave it down in the comments. I love hearing from you. And do me a favor, if anyone ever has any questions down in the comments, don't be afraid to give them an answer, just in the off chance that it takes me a little bit to get to them. That would be doing me a huge solid. If you're new here, definitely hit that thumbs up button down below the video, or when the GBALL Vision logo pops up, you can subscribe that way. And don't forget to ring the bell. I'll throw up 2 new videos. Highly recommend going and checking out at least one of them. Love you guys, and I will catch you on the next one.